Okay, folks, Matthew here. We are back, and we're now going to do case 36, the next case in the Ivywood Hills district. There's only going to be 2 more cases after this, so for now, let's get to this. I want to thank these 3 for giving me these reports. Yasar, Yasmina, Michael. Thank you very much. Let's see what this one is. Deadly Legacy. Hello, Commissioner Matthew. I feel like I'm on a roll again solving murders with you. Once I get going, I just can't stop. What's next on the agenda, Matthew? You suggest visiting another film set? It's true, with all these murders lately, maybe there's a pattern we haven't spotted yet. Actually, I've got an idea. There's a new film being made called Legacy. That's all about gladiators. The movie's being directed by Margaret Hatchman. She's a real role model as a leading female director in an industry filled with men. People doubt whether she can pull off such a big budget film that's an epic, which is usually geared towards men, but I admire her courage. If you have no objections, let's over to the gladiator set. Maybe we can even be extras in a gladiator scene. Hope so. Violator on the set. Uh-oh. Wow, Matthew, it's like we were transported back in time to ancient Rome. The set looks so real. I've got this feeling that a gladiator battle could break out at any moment, with all these realistic weapons, chariots, even a body. A body? Oh, not again. Please tell me it's part of the set. Well, you know what to do, Matthew. Let's get our investigating gear on and check. First of all, I nearly forgot about my burgers. This next one I'm going with a good friend of mine. This guy, of course. Stone tablet, props box, sundial, star, and painting. There we are. Wow, 4 clues. I'm gonna need a lot of stars here. Already up to 14th. Great. Oh no! That body that I thought was a prop, that's the body of Margaret Hatchman, the female director I was telling you about. How awful. She's been tied down with a shackle, meaning this wasn't her own doing. It's another murder, Matthew. And the state she's in, the blood on her hand and the stomach wounds, she must have been viciously attacked. Good idea, let's get the body straight to the lab. What else did you find? Excuse me. What else did you find? This props box looks like a good place to hide something, doesn't it? Matthew, let's dig in. And that guy in the Roman painting looks familiar to me. Maybe he is an actor working on the movie? I agree, matching his face in our database will tell us who he is. And look, that stone tablet has our victim's name carved in it. And blood splatter? This can't just be a movie prop. The rest of the text is faded, but if you retrieve it, I bet it'll reveal key information about this case. This day is off to an epic start, Matthew, but knowing your fighter spirit, we'll solve this murder in no time. Let's go. So autopsy the body. I'll let it run its course, and we'll hold here so I can get some stars. Okay, guys, got some more stars. Let's get to. Why don't we do the Roman painting first? I agree, Matthew. The man on that painting must be one of the actors in the movie. Let's have a look at our database to find out who he is. There we are. Wow, that's... Oh no. It's B, definitely. Tobias Frankenberger. Okay. Way to match the face from the fake Roman painting you found on the crime scene, Matthew. I knew he looked familiar. It's actor Tobias Frankenberger. Duncan and I watched his films when we were kids. Oh, Duncan. Anyway, this painting means Tobias played in our victim's film. Let's go chat with him. About his involvement in the victim's movie. Mr. Frankenberger, it's such an honor to meet you. I grew up watching your films. Oh golly, isn't that sweet? Go on, child, list all your favorite scenes I was in. Actually, Commissioner Matthew and I hear about Margaret Hatchman's murder. She directed the movie you're starring in. Oh, Margaret, what a tragedy. The fall of a great woman and great director. I had such high respect for her. I've been an actor many years with several ups, a handful of downs, but I'm not the young, dapper fellow I used to be, and knew that this was my last big chance. I had to end my acting career with a bang, and Margaret promised me that this film would be an award winner for sure. Let's examine the film props box. Ashley Salon. What'd you find amongst all those gladiator props, Matthew? A card for a nail salon? That's unexpected. Wait, you're right. It has our victim's name, Margaret Hatchman, and an appointment time for this morning. That means Margaret was at the nail salon before coming to the movie set. What do you say to a trip to the salon, Matthew? I hope we're not just going for you to get your nails done, though. Hey, I'm a man. I don't have to have nails done. Notebook, blue ball sunglasses, umbrella, there it is. I see. Hair straightener. Not one of my best scores, but hey, I'm learning the ropes. Looks like I got an energy. Yes, I did. And here comes some more. Even when going from gladiator sets to salons, your searching skills are top-notch, Matthew. Will you reveal the details on that faded appointment book you found? And that cell phone's got our victim's photo in the background. That's going to be useful. I trust you'll unlock it quickly. Let me get the stone tablet first. But after this, I better go get some more stars. Tuo legato non habebis prosperum. Try to say that 10 times fast. Nice job clearing the text on that stone tablet, Matthew. It says, Tuo legato non habebis prosperum. That's clearly not English. Considering the blood splatter and the victim's name, maybe Russell can help us, Matthew. Okay, cool. Let's send it to him. Kind of looks like Latin to me. 3 hours. Okay. We'll be right back. I just gotta get a couple more stars. Alright. It's got me some more stars. Now let's examine the locked phone. Yep. And 7SA, no, 7GA. Yep. Look at those fast fingers go, Matthew. You unlocked the victim's cell phone so quickly. What next? On to the lab? Okay. A.m. Tamara Johnson, Margaret Hatchman. Okay. Another suspect. Great work, Matthew. That appointment book matches the appointment card from the crime scene. There's our victim's name, Margaret. And the name of the nail technician she was with. Let's go talk to this Tamara Johnson. There's another coins. About her appointment with the victim. Miss Tamara Johnson, we're here about your client, Margaret Hatchman. She was found murdered just after her appointment with you. You mean that crazy blonde lady who thought the world revolved around her finger? She was always raving about how fancy pants she was, which I'm used to hearing in Ivywood. But then she got personal and talked smack about my profession. She said she'd leave her mark on the world, but me, I wouldn't even leave a footprint. I tried to stay nice and even offered her a movie idea I had. It's about a nail technician who's also a spy, but all she did was laugh. She thinks she can dismiss me like that? How I wanted to throw a punch or two her way. But I'm a true professional. Unlike her, I'm not surprised she's dead. She was an enemy-making machine. And considering that this is going to finish by the time I start work, I think I'll go ahead and speed this up. Hi Matthew and Amy, you're looking well. I haven't properly introduced Ivywood to you since you've been back, but I'd love to later on. It feels great working alongside Matthew again, and you of course. Anyway, Matthew, the message on this tablet must have been carved by a chisel, a carving tool used in the Roman times. The message reads, Tuo legato non habebis prosperum, is Latin for, your legacy will not prosper. By the nature of this message, plus the blood, no doubt the killer wrote it. Your legacy will not prosper. Legacy, that's the name of Margaret's film, so the killer wanted her film to fail. Not necessarily. The killer could have been threatening Margaret's personal legacy, such as her work, her family, or her identity. Whichever it is, Matthew just made a good point. From that message, we can deduce that the killer knows Latin. Well, that's clue number one. I'll let these two run their courses. I'll see you all for that. Hey guys, it's Matthew here. We are back. Let's get the results of the victim's phone. Hope I don't have this on. So you're getting back into the swing of things, Amy. Just don't let her do all the work, Matthew. Don't worry, Matthew's got it covered, as usual. So I dug around through your victim's phone. She must have been a busy lady. Her messages are endless. Most are work-related, but I found some angry messages sent by her husband, Philip Hatchman. He sent one this morning saying, enough gladiators, come home and be a mom. The gladiators must refer to Margaret's work on the set. I agree with Matthew. Come home and be a mom means she wasn't a very present mother. It must have been hard balancing both career and family. Good intuition, Matthew. A rocky relationship can lead to impulsive acts. Let's go chat with Philip. This next one I'm going to level up. No, I won't. So my wife died on her own movie set? How ironic. She lived and died exactly where she wanted. I take it from your nonchalant tone and the angry messages that you two weren't on good terms lately. Problems at home? Problems at home? That was the problem. She was never home. I'm sure she was really busy working. Directing is no easy task, but she sure led an exciting life. Well, she sure didn't find her home life exciting. She spent all her days on set. I had to quit my job in order to raise our kid all on my own. I tried so hard to show her that family comes first, that family legacy was just as important as work. But she didn't seem interested in me anymore. How could I compete with the excitement of gladiator fights when I'm just a man with a baby? Maybe in her end, her death is a good thing. This way, her son won't grow up knowing his mother never cared. That's pretty harsh. Let the victim's body run its course a little longer, and I'll get to that soon. So for now, this is Matthew. See you in a few hours. Okay guys, it's Matthew here. We are back. I'm going to speed this up. Murders and tigers and bears. Oh my. I don't think that's how the movie quote goes, Roxy. You're missing the lion. Actually, Amy, it's you and Matthew who are missing the lion, because you'll need to find one to solve this murder. The wounds on the victim came from an animal attack, and by the tooth marks and feline hairs I found, it had to be a lion. What? The killer has a lion? How are we supposed to arrest an animal, Matthew? There was certainly still human foul play involved. The victim was tied down with shackles, so someone left her there to be eaten. Also, she was clearly knocked out by some hard object before being locked down. Good luck finding it, Matthew. I did find distinct purple stains around the shackles. The smell clued me in on what it was, and a lab sample confirmed it. The victim was drenched in wine. Sounds like my Friday night, but since I found no traces of alcohol in her bloodstream, the wine must have belonged to the killer. Our killer is a wino, then let's make a toast to having them put behind bars. I agree. What a day, Matthew. Margaret Hatchman, a director I looked up to, was murdered on the very set where she was making her epic film Legacy. We've spoken to her husband, who seems suspiciously nonchalant about his wife's death, and we got to talk to the actor Tobias Frankenberger, who was really gunning for this film to succeed. Matthew, you better come quick. Amy, if I were you, I'd stay back. What is it, Russell? There's a lion in the symphony room. Uh-oh. Oh, there's another coins. Get to chapter 2 after this. Alright guys, it's Matthew here. We are back. Let's start chapter 2 of Deadly Legacy, Pacific Bay, Case 36. Matthew, there's a lion running wild in the movie studio's symphony room. A lion? Our victim was killed by a lion. This can't be a coincidence. I'll be right back, Matthew. Where'd Amy go, Matthew? And does this mean this lion might be your murder weapon? Interesting. How the heck will you catch it? Fear not, Matthew. I won't leave you to catch this lion on your own. That's a cute one. Amy, is that you? Where'd you get that protection gear? As a White Peaks native, you never know when a surprise will jump out at you. Better safe than sorry. Plus, facing my fears is the only way to be the best cop I can be. Wow, I must say, I'm impressed. Not too shabby, Amy. Thanks, Russell. Ready to catch this lion, Matthew? I'll be by your side. If worst comes to worst, just run, okay? Let's go to the symphony room. Well, there's 2 coins right now. I better be sure to change my dog. There's the lion. Oh, there's a faded sheet. Roman soldier, saxophone, evil armor, shield. Got them all. Matthew, we did it. We got the lion into the cage. Hope it didn't bite any of your fingers. Best to send it to Jan, considering this might be our murder weapon. And this paper you found says legacy. It must be linked to Margaret's film. Think you can reveal more on it? And yikes, there's blood on that gladiator shield you picked up. It must be from the movie set. Think it's connected to the victim? That's right, Matthew. Roxy said our victim was bashed in the head with something. The killer used this shield to hit Margaret. Good thinking. The killer might have left evidence on the shield's handle. Let's collect a sample of it. Off it. Well, this is perfect. 6 p.m. tonight. 6 p.m. the next morning. Next evening, I should say. And I'll get a couple more stars, so I'll be right back. Okay, I got 1 star. Let's get the shield. Let's examine the shield handle first. There we are. Oh, 7 energy. Pink substance. Excellent work collecting that pink substance off the shield handle, Matthew. Let's get it to Jan. Nine hours. Now let's examine the faded sheet. Written by Hannah Simmer. Yep. Nice work, Matthew. You revealed that the paper is a sheet music. It says, "Score for Legacy." Must be the music for Margaret's film. The music was composed by someone named Hannah Simmer, Matthew. I'll tag along to chat with her. About composing music for the victim's film. Margaret's dead? That's a terrible shame. It was such an amazing opportunity working with her. I know how Margaret felt, being a leading woman amongst men. I too have made a name for myself as a leading female composer in the music landscape. But the classical music world is quite small, so I figured it was time to take on a bigger challenge. Something more epic, like films. I wanted my first project to be a film that would last the ages, something glorious, where the story in itself is a melody. That's why I chose to work with Margaret. I've always liked Roman culture. I've even learned some Latin to really immerse myself in it. Too bad we never finished this project together. It truly would have been a legacy we both could share together. Let's raise a glass of wine to the late Margaret Hatchman. May she be remembered as the greatest director of our time. I'll let these two run their courses, and I'll see you guys when they do. So for now, this is Matthew. I'll catch you later. Oh, I'm back, you guys. Matthew, according to the pink substance you brought me, it appears our murderer shared the victim's interest in Roman culture, at least for hygiene. The Romans are known for their baths, and bathing was one of the most common daily activities. Wait, what does that have to do with the substance Matthew collected off the shield the killer used to knock out Margaret? The substance is bath salts. Are killer uses bath salts? So someone who likes bloody murder also likes being squeaky clean? I'll never understand these criminal types. So our killer uses bath salts. In Roman times, we could just search thermal baths, but today, how will we know which suspects use them? Good idea, Matthew. Detective Ramirez could help us. Let me ring him up. Hey, Ramirez. Matthew is trying to find a gladiatorial killer, and we need to know which suspect used bath salts. Can you help us? Hello? Bath salts, you say? Things might get a bit bubbly, but certainly I'll help, Matthew. And I've got the perfect costume for the task. I'll ring up when I've got the results. Thanks, Mr. Ramirez. It'll save time for Matthew to unlock some more great clues. Sorry, guys. I got a message on there, but that's okay. Get the results of the lion. I can't believe you brought me a lion, Matthew. I hope he didn't put you in harm's way, Jan. Actually, with some warm milk, he fell right asleep. I then swabbed a sample from the lion's teeth and found blood and flesh that matched your victim's body. That confirms that this animal is the murder weapon. I also found a microchip clipped to the lion's ear. Animal owners often use them as tracking devices. I asked Hannah to look up the chip's information. Hey guys, when Jan called me about a lion, I thought he was joking about Frank drinking again, but then there was a real live lion. I looked up the microchip numbers and matched them to the lion's owner, Brad Belinsky. If I were you, I'd talk to him, Matthew. Wow. That's pretty gruesome. Reminds me of an SVU episode. One where Elliot was shot. Detective Stabler, that is. While his lion killing the victim. You found Brutus? Where was he? I need to see my lion. Please let me see him. Sorry, Mr. Belinsky, but we'll have to keep your lion with us for now since he was involved in a murder. But Brutus is my family. He can do cool tricks for you. I'll have him jump up through this hoop. You'll see how friendly he is. If he's so friendly, why would he attack Margaret? She wasn't even a threat. She was tied down and unconscious. Was she bleeding? If Brutus smelled blood, well, he's friendly, but he's still a wild animal. That's just nature. The one you need to blame is the one who left her there to be eaten, not poor Brutus. Well, that's precisely why Commissioner Matthew are questioning you, Mr. Belinsky. Are you that someone who left Margaret there? Me? Of course not. I was home cleaning the glass from the wine I drank last night. I'm surprised Margaret was even there. She always goes to the nail salon in the mornings. Commissioner Matthew, if you aren't going to let Brutus go now, please hurry and solve this murder and bring me my cat back. Well, he's in the clear for now. Not sure what to think, Matthew. Brad thinks his lion is nothing more than a big teddy bear. But he's still the person who could have most easily set the lion loose on poor Margaret. We can't let his tears fool us. Anyway, what's next? You're right, Brad did mention the victim always went to the nail salon. I can't believe she went every morning with such a busy schedule. Think we should have another look at the salon? I'll follow you anywhere, Matthew. Let's go. I'm probably not going to get a number 3 ranking or higher, but we'll try. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I gotta change my dog. That was good.
The testing showed that Eric Miller had been poisoned multiple times, and they were able to isolate, I believe, 3 times for certain, but multiple times over
look at those clues like magnets, Matthew. There's got to be something useful inside that salon basket. And this here's a storyboard card like they used to plan out movie scenes. What's it doing in the salon? It says Legacy Scene 1 is for Margaret's film. Oh my, you're right. Someone wrote, "You can't kill me" on it. The images are faded, but I know you can retrieve them. Be right back, guys. Just gonna get a couple more stars. Alright, I got some more stars. Let's examine the faded storyboard now. There we go. Clear things up so quickly, Matthew. That's actor Tobias Frankenberger on this storyboard. Yikes, the storyboard shows him attacked by a lion in the opening scene. So that's why Tobias wrote, "You can't kill me." Margaret killed him off in the first scene. I agree, Matthew. We need another word with him. Message on the storyboard. Epic film, my big old butt. Sure, Margaret had a lion and some cardboard chariots, but that was as epic as it got. She promised me a prominent role, and then she decides to change the script and kill me off in the very first scene? I said never in a million years, but my contract had me locked down to this project, meaning I had to live out this horrendous fate. I didn't learn Latin for the film just to be a lion's breakfast. I should have at least died an honorable death. I told her how important this last role was to make it memorable, but if anyone actually saw the film, I'd be the butt of all the jokes. I'm getting flustered. I need a glass of wine. Turns out the only perk of this whole production was being able to wear a toga. Well, he doesn't use bath salts yet, so he's in the clear. Alright. Let me guess, Matthew. You'll restore those paper scraps you found inside the beauty supplies basket and find us the perfect clue. Of Tamara Johnson. Movie ticket. Way to restore that movie ticket you found in the beauty basket, Matthew. It's time for the premiere of Margaret's film Legacy. Oh, nice observation there, Matthew. The ticket is addressed to Tamara Johnson. She's the one working at the nail salon. Tamara had complained about Margaret being rude, so what's with this ticket and why was it ripped up? I agree, let's go see her. Got her invitation to Victim's Play, is it? Premiere. Mrs. Johnson, we were surprised to find your ticket for Margaret's movie premiere. Last we spoke, you complained she was rude. Yeah, and that's why I tore the ticket to pieces, but I shouldn't have. Margaret wasn't all that bad. She just had a lot of pressure to deal with. Wow, Tamara, this is like a 180-degree shift from what you said about her last time. Why the change of heart? I guess I was too harsh before. Once Margaret broke down and told me everything about her stressful life and everyone hating her. It was morning, but I still offered her some of my wine to try to calm her down. She didn't drink any, but she thanked me and gave me that ticket. I guess even with her fancy job, with all that stress she dealt with, she's the one to be pitied, not me. You seem suddenly very sympathetic towards Margaret. You're not just saying these things to sound less suspicious, are you, Tamara? No way. I'm sad to have lost her as a client, I swear. She doesn't know Latin, so for now, Tamara Johnson's in the clear. Matthew, seeing a woman as strong and talented as Margaret Hatchman gone feels like a tragedy for women and the industry. Actor Tobias Frankenberger would disagree. He was set to get killed right away in his last ever acting role. Then there's Tamara Johnson, who went from pissed at Margaret to pitying her. It's a bit suspicious, don't you think, Matthew? Commissioner Matthew, please, you have to help me. Mr. Hatchman? What is it? What's wrong? Please, Commissioner Matthew, take my baby. I'm going to end my life. I can't go on without my wife. Whoa. Well, we better find out what's up with what caused this guy to go loony fast. See you for Chapter 3. Okay, guys, Matthew, we are back. Let's go to Chapter 3. Mr. Hatchman, please get a hold of yourself. This is your baby you're talking about. Margaret wouldn't have wanted this. You don't understand. Last night when she didn't come home, I went looking for her. But when I finally found her in the symphony room, I was so mad she was working late again that I asked for a divorce. I feel horrible. I just want to have her back. You wanted a divorce? Alright, Mr. Hatchman, please stop crying and take your baby back. Commissioner Matthew will speak to you once you're calm. Matthew thinks they're getting out of hand here. I agree, let's check out the symphony room once more. We need to catch this killer. I'm going to investigate the string section first. Trash can. Oh boy, I cannot find that metron. Oh, there you are. Detective Eye, picking up those clues, Matthew. Seems like some broken toy you've got there. Can you piece it back together? And they say don't go through people's trash, but I'm sure you'll find a big clue in that trash can. Let's dig in. Panpipes. Panpipes? You found panpipes in the trash can? Who threw them away? And there's faded text on it. That's even more suspicious. Let's try to retrieve that message. Back off, Margaret. HS. Wow. Way to go, Matthew. You revealed that the text on the panpipes. It reads, "Back off, Margaret," and it's signed with the initials HS. That's right, Matthew. HS must stand for Hannah Simmer. But why would she leave messages to the victim on panpipes? Let's go talk to her. Sorry guys, that was Golden Girls. Let's talk to Hannah Simmer. Miss Zimmer, you wrote back off Margaret on these panpipes. Was she trying to steal them? I wasn't telling her to back off of my instruments. I wanted her to back off my terrain. Now I respected Margaret. We had each our own battles to fight. Her directing her film and me creating a musical soul for it. And yet she felt she needed to cross over and own my project. For someone who doesn't know the difference between a ballad and a concerto, she sure had a lot of opinions on what she didn't like about my music. She might be the queen of film directing, but I'm the expert in music composition. My music, my vision is mine, and nobody dare step on it. Or else what, Miss Zimmer? Would you kill in order to protect your vision? I'm just saying, boundaries must be set. Music is my territory, and she was trying to invade. I had to protect what's mine. What the heck, Matthew? That gnarled doll you pieced together with the blonde hair, the clothing, it looks like our victim. Russell helped us before. Should we ask him about this doll? Great, I'm on it. $9. Hold here. Let me check something real quick. Okay, got a few more stars. Now let's talk to Philip Hatchman about his fight. Mr. Hatchman, you asked your wife for a divorce, then she died. And then you give us your baby? Quite a few missing pieces to the puzzle here. I just don't know what to do now that she's gone. I can't help but feel responsible for her death. I knew she was overwhelmed with work, and I wanted to help. I even learned some Latin to show I was interested in her new project. But then whenever I asked her to come home, she'd just go get her nails done. I finally got fed up and asked for the divorce, but that's not what I really wanted. Now she's dead, and her last thought was thinking that I didn't love her. Her last thought was probably hoping that the lion wouldn't eat her. But I loved her. Now all I've got is wine to drink my sorrows away. Wow. Handing your baby over wasn't a good way of showing you cared, Mr. Hatchman. Even if your tears are real, you're not off the hook yet. I'll get these last few stars after this. Okay guys, Matthew, we are back. Let's get the results of the doll. For Deadly Legacy. Glad to see you're both okay after catching that lion earlier. Would have been tragic to see you guys as lunch meat, especially you, Amy. Thanks, Russell, but we don't have time for chit-chat. What did you find about the doll? Well, this doll Matthew fixed is coincidentally also connected to our furry friend. This doll belongs to the lion? I wouldn't say doll, rather a chew toy. Just as pet owners give dogs a special toy to bond with, the same was made here for the lion. But such an aggressive animal, however, giving the habit of gnawing at something will develop the habit of attacking similar objects or people. The fact that this toy looks like your victim means whoever made it likely imagined her chomped by a lion in real life. Matthew's right, the only person who would make that lion's toy is the lion tamer, Brad Belinsky. I could see a killer making a doll like this. Better go talk to Brad now. Why lion has a chew toy resembling the victim. Mr. Belinsky, we'd like to know why you gave a chew toy shaped like our victim to your lion, especially since Margaret was then killed by said lion. One could say that by creating a chew toy resembling her, you were preparing your lion to do the same to Margaret. Yes, I made that toy, but I wasn't training Brutus to kill Margaret. I know a little suspicious, but making that doll is my personal way to get back at Margaret, who mistreated Brutus and me. She treated us like slaves, always overworking us, yelling at us, even throwing stuff at Brutus's cage when she was in a bad mood. She She would have let me feed Brutus until I learned some Latin phrases. I wasn't even in her dumb movie, but she still said I had to learn it if I wanted to work on her set. You clearly harbored a lot of rage against Margaret. Do not stray far, Mr. Polinsky. Commissioner Matthew may be back sooner than you think. What a colossal case, Matthew, but we're so close to finding Margaret Hatchman's killer. What else do we need? Matthew, Amy, I'm back with the information you requested about which of your suspects used bath salts. Wow, that costume. You really take things literally with these investigations, don't you? I live life on the wild side, but anyway, I asked at the local spa and they said that Hannah Simmer often books bath salts treatments. And definitely the actor Tobias Frankenberger uses them. He's always talking about the benefits of bath salts in men's magazines. Finally, I saw the victim's husband buying some at the market. He yelled out when he saw my costume, but confirmed he uses bath salts often. Thanks, Ramirez. This is key information to catching the killer. But Matthew's right, it's not enough. Should we take one final look at the crime scene? Let's catch this killer. Set entrance. Starting out with my inspiration, Mr. Ace Charming. Oh, chisel, wooden box, the ladder, peacock. Good thing you've got an eye for finding clues, Matthew. This movie equipment crate is surely hiding something, and you'll find it fast. And what's this tool? A chisel, you say? Maybe it was used to carve something. Oh my, that's right, Matthew. We know the killer used some tool to carve the stone you found on the crime scene. This must be it. If you pull off DNA on the chisel's handle, that will clue us in on the killer. Go get that sample, Matthew. Okay. I'm gonna get it now, but I'll start with the movie equipment box. The lion padlock. Hey, that padlock you found on the movie equipment says lion's cage on it. Oh my, Matthew, it's gotta be the lock that opened the lion's cage. I agree, the killer had to handle that padlock to unleash the lion, and maybe they left a clue. Let's get this padlock to the lab. Nine hours. There we are. Great, you collected some of what must be the killer's DNA off that chisel. Let's get it to the lab. And it's 15 hours. I may speed it up, but we'll see what happens. See you guys for that. I'll let these two run their courses. Guys, Matthew, we are back. Let's get the results of the padlock. Great find here, Matthew. The killer must have hidden the lock after taking it off the lion's cage. But thankfully, we've got your detective skills. While the killer thought to hide the lock, they didn't try to hide the evidence off it, at least not well enough. Great. Did you find fingerprints? Did they match our suspects? Calm down, Amy. There weren't fingerprints, but I did find something unusual around the keyhole. Tiny golden flecks. The flecks could only come from jewelry. I also identified scratch marks around the hole that must come from a pin. Putting two and two together, the golden flecks and pin could only be one thing, a golden brooch. Amazing find, Matthew. Our killer must like golden brooches, but the only jewelry they'll have soon are shiny handcuffs. I think I know who it is now.
We're making things better. Enhanced DVR, movie 20,000 on-demand titles, and over 300 meg internet, including free Wi-Fi at home and on the go.
It's either Tobias Frankenberger, or it could be... No, it's not Brad Polinsky. Oh yeah, it could also be Hannah Simmer. It's not the husband, and it's not Tamara Johnson. It is either Tobias or Hannah. Brad Polinsky's already in the clear. He doesn't even use bath salts. We'll find out who the real killer is after this. Alright guys, Matthew here. We are back. Let's just speed this up. Great work sending the DNA sample to me, Matthew, because you helped unlock a key evidence. Come on, Jan, get to it. Matthew gave you the killer's DNA, so couldn't you figure out who they are by now? Amy, you do know things aren't that easy. The fastest result I could get is that this DNA belongs to someone with brown eyes. Considering the victim had blue eyes, there's no way it belonged to her, meaning... I got it. Sorry to cut you off, Jan, but Matthew would have if I hadn't. The killer has brown eyes. They're going to be seen red. You collected all the evidence, Matthew. The killer may have won the battle by killing Margaret, but by catching them, we will certainly win the war. Come on, Matthew, let's go arrest the killer. Okay, take care of this. I'm afraid it's the actor. Tobias Frankenberger, you may be an actor, but that doesn't mean you can get away with the act of murder, especially for killing Margaret Hatchman. What's that, sweetheart? You caught me at happy hour. We know you went to see Margaret at the nail salon with the storyboard. You must have been enraged to be killed off in the first scene. I was promised a leading role, you know, and to only appear merely for seconds left me feeling upset, but not in the mood for a murderous rampage. You then convinced Margaret to meet you on set, where you knocked her out with a shield. Commissioner Matthew found your bath salts on the handle. So an old man took a bubble bath. Sounds harmless to me. I wouldn't call using your golden brooch to unlock the lion cage harmless. You did it to unleash the lion on Margaret. But that's absurd. Why would I unleash a lion? I'd be scared for my own life. That's why you shackled Margaret to the ground, so she'd be the easy target. But after attacking her, the lion came after you, chasing you all the way to the symphony room, where I was clever enough to know where the emergency exit was. Yes, I killed her, but I planned it perfectly. Oh, you planned all right, and not to write a death threat beforehand. Your Latin couldn't outfool Commissioner Matthew. You clearly like things scripted, Mr. Frankenberger, because this was premeditated murder. You're under arrest, and your acting skills won't hold up before the judge. Tobias Frankenberger, is that you? Last I saw you played a grumpy old man with 3 ghosts and a ton of presents. Boy, were you evil in that. Must be the Christmas Carol. Let's just call it good acting. Apparently it's not just acting. You've gone and murdered someone? What happened? You used to be the lovable grandpa of cinema. I don't want to be remembered as a grandpa. I want to be remembered as a star. It's true I haven't landed any great roles lately, so I needed this last part to be epic. My final image is one of the greatest actors of all time. Our legacy is what matters most. Human lives are forgettable, but if we do something great, something memorable, those actions echo in eternity. Well, your actions ended you up behind bars. Tobias Frankenberger, this court sentences you to... Wait, the Hollywood Film Awards are coming up. I can still attend, right? Fat chance, Scrooge. They don't allow entrance to criminals. Now go on. You're sentenced to 20 years. Or until you're a ghost yourself. All rise. Well done, Matthew. You solved another tricky murder, and I got to wear my lion padding, all in a successful day. It's scary to think that people actually kill for legacy. Though there's no doubt you'll always be remembered as the top cop of Pacific Bay, Matthew. Let's see the other ones. Philip Hatchman almost made the cut. You didn't have the golden brooch. Tamara Johnson didn't match a lot of stuff. Brad Belinsky almost made the cut, but he doesn't use bath salts. And Hannah Simmer nearly made the cut. She doesn't have brown eyes, she has blue. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys in AI. Okay guys, it's Nancy here. We are back. Let's go to audio with Confidential 6, the AI. And this was another brainwashing. Matthew, we need to discover how the Utopians are brainwashing people and put an end to this madness. You're right, if we find what their exact plans are, we might prevent something from happening at the awards ceremony. We need to hurry and protect everyone from those crazy Utopians. We don't have much time until the Hollywood Awards. Matthew, have you seen Russell? Amy, you look so worried. You know, I've never seen someone so anxious to see Russell before. Stop it, Frank. This isn't funny. Russell's been talking about investigating the Utopians and their brainwashing plan, and now he's been missing all day. Amy's right, Matthew. I'm also worried about Russell's disappearance. He isn't picking up his phone, which is quite unlike him. Well, I'm not much of a detective, but Russell has his diary hanging around, and I took a look at it. He wrote something about investigating the Coliseum. Matthew, can I count on you to go look for Russell at the Coliseum? I hope he's just out there inspecting the Roman architecture. Oh, thank God you're all here. I thought the police station was empty. Please, Commissioner Matthew, I need your help. It's about my wife. She used to carry around a family portrait, and I can't find it anywhere. It must be at the nail salon, where the killer went to see her, and I don't dare go there to look. Commissioner Matthews is right. We have important things to do, but we can't refuse to help a grieving man. Frank, I want you to go with Matthews to the nail salon. Matthew, there's a lot of work for you to do. Go to the Coliseum to look for Russell with Amy and to the nail salon to help Philip. Good luck with both. Well, there's one coin.
Next Saturday at 9 on Hallmark Channel, the heart of TV.
Go to there. Let's go to here first. Don't mind the Golden Girls on. Pile of stones, I got it. Vulture, the lantern, coral reef, the megaphone, and the rope.
Mom, did you have a sardine sandwich for me chicken?
Try this. Oh, we do.
Russell? Russell! Oh, Matthew, I can't see Russell. Did you manage to find him? No? Oh, I'm so worried. You also agree something could have happened to him? Knowing Russell, he wouldn't have just disappeared. He would have left something behind. You think we should search for that pile of rubble? Let's do it, but please hurry. Uh-oh, this is glasses. So Matthew, what did you find in that pile of rubble from the movie set? A pair of glasses? Oh, you're right. These are Russell's glasses. They're unmistakably his. Oh no, but finding his glasses crushed like this, it means something bad must have happened to him. But what if he got abducted? You're right, Matthew. Russell must have dropped these glasses on purpose for us to find. Quick, we need to scan them for clues. There we are. Way to go, Matthew. You managed to collect some brown hair off of Russell's glasses. Russell is a perfect shade of blonde, so it's definitely not his. Quick, let's not waste any time to send this sample to the lab. It might tell us something about Russell's abductor. How long? 9 hours. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. This thing had a problem. Sticker, the red hat, elephant. Turn photo. I hope you didn't chip a nail while scavenging for clues, Matthew. I'm joking. So you picked up a torn photo. You think it might be the one Philip is looking for? You're right. The only way to know is by piecing it back together. I'll just sit down in one of those massaging chairs and watch. Got it. Nice going, Matthew. Restored that photo in no time. And yeah, it's clearly a family portrait of Philip, his wife, and child. Poor kid. He's going to grow up without a mom. Can you imagine? All this violence in the world makes me sick. I sometimes wonder whether it was even fair to bring kids into this world, you know? Sorry, Matthew. I don't know what's gotten into me. Ever since being in Ivywood, I can't stop thinking about my child. Good idea. I should try and set up a video call with my daughter for later. Now let's go give Philip his picture back. Hey Philip, Commissioner Matthew found that family portrait you wanted. Oh, thank you, Commissioner Matthew. I particularly like this photo of us. It reminds me of happier times, and my wife was still a strong part of the family. I blame Ivywood for taking her away from us. They always want more. They dazzle you, take you out, promise you great things, and eat you up. That's why I'm leaving this place, so my kid can have a happier future. I'm just glad he has this photo to remember his mother by, if nothing else. Please, Commissioner Matthew, would you mind taking these clothes? Thank you. I trust you'll know what to do with them. Okay, I'm going to let it run its course a little bit more, and then I'll see you guys later. Changed my mind and decided to speed it up, so let's do it. Yeah, and did you manage to identify the hair Matthew collected off Russell's glasses? Do we know who abducted him? Just a quick check, guys. No, nothing. Amy, calm down. I admit this is worrying, though, but all I can tell you about the brown hair in question is that it comes from a mustache. So Russell's kidnapper has a mustache? Who do you know who fits that profile, Matthew? Ooh, you're right, Brad. So Brad abducted Russell? Quick, Matthew, we need to go and save Russell before he gets thrown to the lions. Russell? I will take Russell Crane to the symphony room. Failure is not an option. Oh no, another brainwashing. Oh no, Matthew, Brad has been brainwashed. What if they've asked him to kill Russell? Amy, listen to me. Brad's orders clearly do not entail hurting me. He's been trying to drag me out to the symphony room. Just calmly ask him to let me go. It should work. Alright, but if he doesn't let you go, I'll shoot him. Mr. Belinsky, you must get Russell go. We will take him to the symphony room, I promise. I will take Russell Crane to the symphony room. Failure is not an option. Russell, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you both for coming to my rescue. I was looking into the Utopians at the Coliseum when Brad attacked me. I don't know why the Utopians wanted him to take me to the symphony room, but I trust you will figure it out, Matthew. Alright, Matthew, let's go inspect the symphony room, but can we stop for a burger on the way? Now that Russell's safe, I think I can finally eat again. Treble clef, drumstick, fire, whistle, star, film reel, bobblehead, xylophone, jukebox, wind chime, and briefcase, boom! Okay, Matthew, Brad was supposed to bring Russell here. Did you find any clues that could help explain why? You found a briefcase? Great. Do you think you can unlock it, Matthew? Absolutely. RB, yep. NOA, yep. 3231. Excellent work, Matthew. You unlocked that briefcase in no time, and look, there's some kind of faded paper inside. You're right, since it was locked in the briefcase, this paper could be important. Do you think you can recover the message on it? It might give us clues as to Russell's abduction. Examine the faded paper. There we are. What did you reveal on that faded document you found in the briefcase, Matthew? Huh? There are some odd drawings on it. There's a television, a brain, and someone who's clearly being brainwashed. You're right, Matthew. We should send this plan to Russell. He's the best when it comes to solving these kinds of puzzling mysteries. 6 hours. I think I'm going to speed it up. This document you found in the symphony room is an amazing discovery, Matthew. Look at this. It shows a television which sends brainwashing waves to the brain. That just sounds like science fiction. Maybe it's just a plot for a new movie? Amy, the television, the brainwashing, this planet obviously belongs to the Utopians, and if they use TVs, it must mean they are brainwashing people with a movie. The brain is so complex, we still know very little about it, but it can be wiped clean and reprogrammed, a bit like a computer. That's what brainwashing is. This movie they're showing, I don't know what it is, but they're also using ELFs, which stands for extremely low frequencies to help wipe the brain. ELFs are sound waves which you cannot hear but can definitely feel. The Utopians wanted to take me to the symphony room, and this document talks about sound waves and fine-tuning them. Yep, you guessed it, Matthew. This document must belong to Miss Zimmer, the music composer. The Utopians will be using her perfect hearing to get the sound just right. Okay, Matthew, we've got an arrest to make. Let's go make Hannah sing. Another one. And I'm going to level up after this. Miss Hannah Zimmer, you're under arrest. What on earth for? Ordering the kidnapping of a police officer and conspiring with the Utopians to brainwash people. Our great leader has warned me about you, Commissioner Matthew. I will not put up a fight. But just know this, we Utopians are unstoppable. We have perfected the brainwashing process. And soon will come the time of the prophecy when we will be almighty. Don't count on it, Hannah. Commissioner Matthew always wins. It's written in the stars. There's more. Well, I'm glad Philip decided to bring up his child elsewhere than Ivywood. I hadn't realized what a bad influence it had on people. Matthew, I've been thinking about the Utopians. You've already discovered that they're planning a big attack at the Ivywood Awards ceremony. And now you found proof that they're brainwashing people with a movie. Matthew, 50 million people will be watching the Ivywood Awards ceremony on their TV. So, the same thing happens every year. Frank, it's obvious that the Utopians are going to try and brainwash all those people who will be watching the awards. We have to stop them. And the only way to stop them is by finding their leader. They're clearly the brains of the operation. Matthew, we've got our work cut out for us. There's my level up. Whoa. Pretty gruesome, next case. I'm gonna get to it when I get home. We'll find out what this next case is next time. So for now, this is Matthew. Thank you for watching.